Then, of course, last of all, we've got Ip Man.
Ip Man.
I mean, what can you say?
Yeah,
it's
the best, one of the best, if not the best, martial arts movie, especially in the past 20 years.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, I mean, you know, I'm sure a lot of people who are massive martial arts buff would argue there's a lot of the earlier films, like some of theJet Li's early stuff, some of Jackie Chan's earlier stuff.
Yeah, what's happened to Jet Li? He just kind of disappeared.
So he kind of jetted.
So as far as I know, as far as I know, what happened with Jet Li is that after Fearless, which was the 2008,
which I thought was a fucking amazing
like
film.
supposed to be his last. That was supposed to be his last like epic,
right?
Martial arts film, and it was kind of well received. It's like a very 6 out of 10 film.
All right.
I thought it was really good. It was actually like, I think it's really underrated for a Jet Li movie.
I mean, his older stuff is just way better.
Yeah, I know. But in terms of modern stuff,
you know, and that was supposed to be his last one. And then what ended up happening was that the Expendables were like money. So that was actually
that's right. He was in the Expendables.
So that was like his last action film. Yeah. And since then, he kind of said that, as far as I know, he kind of quit doing big martial arts films, because I think it's just too intense. Like, it's a lot, because you have to remember those scenes, like choreograph is like insane.
God, I just remembered the fucking Expendables movie. Like,
I
was like, talk about the most like wankerish movie. It's like, let's just get as many big people as possible. Throw them into a movie.
It's just fun, right? That
was fun.
Right.
It was fun.
But have you seen this Donnie Yen?
I've seen Ip Man. Yeah.
You have? When did you watch Ip Man?
I actually watched it not too long ago because you recommended it.
Yeah, did you like it?
Okay.
Yeah, it's really fucking good. I mean, I love Jet Li.
It's got one of my favorite fight scenes is when he the fighting the Japanese in the karate, like 10 of them, and he's like breaks
that
leg.
scene I think is like the best, one of the best fucking martial arts scenes of all time. Talking about clips you can rewatch on YouTube. I've rewatched that.
Okay, to be fair, all right, yeah, that's fair enough. That one.
Yeah, you can watch kung fu fights, but like you can't watch that scene but no control, man, out of context.
It's so good. It's just like, so the story of Ip Man is it's about when Japan is invading China way back, and then I think there's a scene where, but once they've invaded, they're like, oh well, you know, Japanese karate or something is the superior, so bring your Chinese people to practice with.
Yeah.
That's literally what it is. And it's like, if you win, you get a bag of rice or something.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll take on 10 of you. Okay, it's kind of cheesy, but it is epic. But it's so fucking epic. And he like snaps their legs doing it. It's insane.
I feel that kind of cheesiness though in martial arts films is what makes a martial arts film.
It totally is. I feel like it set that scene alone. It set the stakes perfectly. Where it's just like, oh shit, I'm ready to see him fuck shit up.
Yeah.
And then he just takes on 10 black belts.
That's not even like the end of the film though. It's like halfway through.
Yeah, but that's
but it's the best fight.
It's the best fight of the franchise, right? Because I remember when because the previous guy, he fought like 3 black belts, and he's like, "Fuck, I'll take on all of you." And it's just one of the few moments in film where you're just like, I'm ready for this, man. I know this would never happen. I don't care how cheesy this is.
Especially like when you're like, so when I was like 16, whenever I was watching all these movies, I legitimately thought like martial arts like badass, and I'm like, dude, this is epic. But obviously now, with all the the MMA fighters that like fought them, and now it's not so epic because you're like, okay, the MMA fighters should kill these guys. But when you're like 16, you think like, oh shit, this is like the superior way of fighting. You're like, this is epic. Oh my god, like it's so cool.
They don't use strength; they use speed and balance.
It's so fucking cool, right? But no, not so much. But back then, you're like, oh my god, this is amazing. And there's a lot of martial, like Jet Li. Jet Li's earlier stuff is amazing. Obviously, Jackie Chan's earlier cinematography is amazing as well. Love like Drunken Master and stuff like that.
That's
such a good film. What are some really good? I forgot what Jet Li's highest rated film is called. It's his 1980s film. It's really highly rated. Is it Fist of the Dragon? Is it, or Enter the Dragon or something?
Enter the Dragon's the Bruce Lee movie.
No, sorry, it's
Fist of the Legend.
Fist of the Legend. That's it. That's like his like, I think it has like 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I was about to say Fist of Fury, but I'm pretty sure it's Bruce Lee. Right?
That's Fist of. That's
also,
Bruce Lee.
Hero with Jet Li is a really good one. But that's. It depends if you like martial arts film where they use like wires. Like some people don't like it when they do that. It's kind of up to, I kind of prefer
it's waifu, right?
Yeah, I kind of prefer it when they're just like beating the shit out of each other.
Is that the name of the genre? Waifu?
I know it has a name.
It's like wirework.
Wirework.
Right? It's not really martial arts, but it is martial arts.
Yeah.
But Hero's really good. 2006.
I really liked Hero, which had Donnie Yen in it as well.
Donnie
Yen,
and
Jet Li.
The story's so fucking cool.
Yeah, I think the story's
I
cool.
feel like I haven't really sat down and watched like a lot of Jet Li films.
His stuff is actually like really fucking good. Because Donnie Yen does hasn't have. Oh, another one. I think it's called. It might be called War or like Warrior or something. It's like it's about like the 3 kingdoms or something in China way back.
Oh yeah, like Sangokshi.
Warrior.
Yeah.
What is it called?
I think it's called Warrior.
Might be called just Warrior.
Warrior, yeah.
And it's such a good fun.
Jet Li film.
Yeah, Jet Li's the main character, and it's like this about how like a general got like I don't want to spoil it, but just watch it. It's really fucking good. Really, really fucking good.
And I feel like because I didn't want to put another martial arts film on my 3x3, but I feel like one of the few things Southeast Asians can be proud about are our fucking martial arts films, because we're like The Raid, Ong Bak.
Yeah, Ong Bak is really good.
Yeah.
Pretty much the only thing of Thai culture that's ever been like popularized outside, you know. But yeah, like I was really happy to see like the more like gritty martial art films. You know, you think of like Ip Man. It's more like very clean.
The Raid's really fucking good.
The Raid's so good.
Indonesian, right?
Yeah, it's Indonesian,
but directed by a Welsh guy.
Oh really?
It's a Welsh guy who directs.
Oh shit.
The Raid.
Yeah.
Is that the Raid 1 or Raid 2? I think because I know you directed Raid 2.
Raid 1? Who directed Raid 1 and 2? Can you check real quick? I swear it's the same guy.
That's another
Is it the
movie
same
I've
guy?
heard of that I've never seen.
The Raid? Dude,
Yeah.
the Raid 1 is like such a good premise.
Yeah.
Just get to the top of an apartment building. That's it.
It's basically just a fighting game. Yeah. It's basically
just like Double Dragon.
Yeah, it's just Double Dragon. Just
Hell yeah.
The fighting, like the choreography is insane.
Yeah.
Gareth Evans?
Yeah, Gareth Evans. The most Welsh name on earth. Literally 2 Welsh names, Gareth and Evans.
Fair enough.
It's like, it's so bizarre. There's just a Welsh guy directing an Indonesian film.
Hell yeah, dude.
But it's just like awesome. Like it's such a good fun.
That's some cross-cultural pollination
That
right there.
is
If I've
some
ever seen it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Look at us, Thai and Welsh here too. You know. Look at us. But yeah, I mean, I fucking love fighting martial arts movies. And
Yeah.
I've watched nearly all of Jet Li's films. I think I've watched most of them. I couldn't watch some of the older ones because they were impossible to find online.
Right.
And I've watched, I think, all of Donnie Yen's films pre-Ip Man. I haven't watched Ip Man 4. I heard it was okay.
I really liked Ip Man 4.
Really? Should I watch it?
Yeah, I actually, it's my second favorite
Maybe I'll
Ip
watch
Man
it
film.
tonight.
Because I feel like Ip Man 4 is just Ip
3
Man.
was the worst for me.
Yeah, I feel like Ip Man 4 was just Ip Man 2 done better.
Yeah.
Because my problem with Ip Man 2 is that the villain is just so comical that I just couldn't take him seriously.
Right.
It's just like, let's characterize this character.
So the whole selling point to like a Western audience of Ip Man was just that it's the guy who trained Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
That's literally the selling point of it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But he's supposed to be like a master or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, that is a cool like catch. To be fair.
I mean, that's how it was marketed,
Yeah.
and the story. I don't know how true it is, but it's an interesting made up story. Maybe if it is, I don't know if it's true or not.
It's true. It's a real character, but the events are fictional.
Yeah, that's that's normally how it goes.
Yeah.
With martial arts people, it's kind of hard to survive some of the shit they're going through.
Yeah.
It's real. But
I mean, like, I'm sure they fought all those people, but they probably died halfway through.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he did fight 10 black belts.
No.
You know, that's
Yeah.
probably dramatized.
Yeah, unless he's like a fucking Super Saiyan. But it's like,
There's another Donnie Yen film that's actually really good where he's like a detective in a small town, I think, in a village. And it's really good because it's like a mystery of the martial arts. And it's just, it's really good. I forgot what it's called. Again, I've watched these movies so long ago.
Yeah.
It came after Ip Man.
Same with Jackie Chan as well. Some
Yeah.
of his best works are when he was young, like fucking Police Story.
Police Story is fantastic.
Is that the scene where he jumps on the wire?
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's completely real.
What's it called?
Are you thinking about Flashpoint?
Might be Flashpoint.
Or Kung Fu Jungle? I think it's Flashpoint.
What's the is it yellow, the poster?
The yellow one is, wait, I only have the Chinese name. It's the one where he's a teacher, right?
Maybe. Again, I might have remembered it incorrectly because
It's been so long since I watched it. Big Brother?
I have to go back to the thing and watch it. I might be misremembering.
I feel like one underrated Donnie Yen film is, I think it was SPX or something like that.
What's the plot?
Honestly, I do not remember. But the only reason
SPS just sounds like a law firm.
let me.
Well, because what happened was that all right, you had Bruce Lee, then you had Jackie Chan, and then when Jackie Chan was getting older, Jet Li was making films,
Yeah.
and then when Jet Li was getting older, Donnie Yen came in. But I don't really know who it is now. Who's like the main martial arts guy?
Martial arts
Is
guy?
Who is the main like face of martial arts?
I don't even know
Like,
anymore.
I think
like-
Donnie Yen, but he's close to retiring.
Yeah, he's getting
I think it
old.
still is Donnie Yen because he's in the new Marvel film.
Yeah, but they also don't really utilize him much.
I mean, he's
noticed-
the villain, isn't he?
I feel just like martial
in,
arts films have kind of just like a little bit of a dying breed almost in like, especially in the West. I feel like I'm sure like if you go to Asia and Southeast Asia, they're still making.
Well, I mean,
shit.
the past like 20 years, they've all been from China. Like Ip Man's from China,
right.
and then Donnie Yen is in Rogue One. From Star Wars, but again, when I was watching that movie and you can see what Donnie Yen does, you're kind of disappointed because you're like, Donnie Yen is was so fucking good, and they barely use him. He just swings a fucking thing around.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, cool. He's blind.
I haven't seen
wow,
Rogue
sick.
One. So.
It's cool, but yeah, he could have done.
He could have done so much. Like anyone, like a lot of people could have done what Donnie Yen did in that film, and I feel like if you're getting Donnie Yen, and he doesn't really speak much in the film, right? Because I don't think he can speak much English.
Yeah.
So
all I'm saying is there hasn't been a Rush Hour 2 yet. There hasn't been a modern Rush Hour
with Donnie Yen.
Yeah, honestly, fuck yeah.
And Ice Cube.
Ice Cube and Donnie Yen. Movie industry, we just gave you $1 million idea. Donnie Yen and Ice Cube in Rush Hour 7 or whatever the next one is.
Oh my god! I was thinking about was SPL.
SPL.
What's the plot of that movie? Can you tell me the plot?
SPL.
Yeah.
It's in my phone's in Japanese.
Oh.
Yeah, but I remember there's one fight scene in SPL, which is like completely just improvised.
I think okay. Is that in the street?
Yeah, it's in the street where it's such a fucking good fight scene, and then because the whole premise around this, the whole background around this fight scene is that they train together. These two actors, Donnie Yen, and I'm not sure who the other person is, but they train together, and because they were so familiar with each other's fighting style, they literally just improvised this fight scene with
so cool.
With just this basic, okay, here's what's meant to happen, but let's just try to kill each other. And then let's just get it on film.
Damn.
And
it's so cool.
It's such a good film as well.
It portrays a police detective who's suffering from cancer and about to retire, resorts to illegal means in order to catch a ruthless tribe.
Yeah, all I remember was there was a police detective in it. And I'm just like, that's like, it's either like traditional, like historical setting, or they're a police detective.
Or it's a crime drama. Or it's like a neo-noir crime drama. But I mean, like, oh god, how do you like describe this 3x3? It's like,
how do you describe any 3x3?
Well, you can describe mine. Pretentious film critic.
Yeah, pretentious, powerful.
I don't know.
Guilty pleasure.
I'm trying to think of a word with P.
Yeah.
P? Why P?
Because
pretentious, powerful, poo-poo pee-pee.
Pouring. Yeah, poo-poo pee-pee.
Yeah, poo-poo pee-pee.
But yeah, I guess those are our 3x3s.
I hope you get to watch some interesting movies if you haven't seen some of these.
Yeah, please go and watch all the movies we recommended.
I have some movie recommendations that I will be watching, I guess, now. I don't know where to
Yeah,
start.
I've honestly come out of this with some movie recommendations, and this was actually like
Shrek 2.
Obviously, I always got time.
We know what we're doing after this recording. Sitting down with some Shrek 2, baby.
But no, I mean, like, it feels good to be able to talk about movies because I feel like I don't get to talk about movies a lot. Even though, like, I kind of realize whenever I talk about movies, I've seen a lot of movies, and I feel like you guys have seen a lot of movies as well. And we even like off camera, we don't really talk about movies in general.
I think it just has to do with the fact that we haven't really had time to just sit down and watch some movies.
To be fair, I've not watched movies in a while.
Yeah, me neither.
It's gotten. I feel like 'cause, I don't know. I feel like people don't watch as many movies anymore.
Yeah.
Like
if it's not on Netflix, then I probably haven't seen it. But
I'd say I watched like 90% of the films I've seen in like between the ages of like 18 and 14.
Yeah,
I think
that's usually
films.
like the period in your life where you're like, I'm going to watch a lot of movies.
It's also when I discovered you could just Google the movies, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, my dad used to collect like a shitload of DVDs when like Blockbuster was still a thing. So like, I just watched a lot of the movies with my dad.
Yeah, I mean, I watch a lot less movies than I did before as well, because now it's just all been replaced by anime, right? And a lot of anime movies and YouTube as well.
Yeah.
But I feel like if there's a big enough movie, then I probably have seen it. Like I'm surprised no one put any Marvel movies here.
Who the fuck cares about Marvel?
I mean, I care about Marvel. I'm just like, Marvel's that one franchise where I'm just like, hello, I'm a normie.
It's fun, but it's not like I'm never like fuck, dude, that made me think something that made me like happy.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like if I'm gonna watch a 3-hour,
I was like really fucking invested in Infinity War and Endgame. I'll say that.
I didn't even watch those two.
Endgame was good, but again, it wasn't like, I thought it was amazing, but it wasn't like something that made me like, when I left the cinema like a week later, I don't think about Endgame.
Also, I'm surprised no one put John Wick as well, because I thought
I was close.
I thought someone was going to put John Wick on there.
John Wick's just another one of those like It's fun. Turn your brain off.
It's
No,
it's amazing.
it's fucking
no.
No, I'm not saying it's a bad movie.
yeah.
John Wick is probably like my favorite action series.
It's
now.
like in the West they have John Wick, and in the East they have Ip Man. That's like
It's
Ip Man.
just
Ip Man
like-
is just like the Asian equivalent of John Wick.
Dude, man, it holds a very dear place in my heart when I've watched all the John Wick movies in cinema.
Yeah.
And like I watched the last one that came out alone, and the cinema was empty, and I had like such an amazing time watching that. It was like the last. Bro, I was just fun. I got to put my legs up on the chair in front of me. I had all my popcorn, and I just got to enjoy it, bro. It was so good. It was such a good. Dude, I'm so excited for the next one.
I've only seen the first John Wick movie.
So I'm so hyped for it, bro.
so
You have to.
I know,
'Cause it gets
I
better
know.
and better.
Yeah.
Like the second one's amazing. The
Again,
third one's
it's
amazing.
like it's another one of those like long list of movies that I hear people talking about, saying it's amazing, and I'm like, all right, I'll watch it.
I don't want to be too
normal.
normie, so I didn't put it on. But it's
Yeah, because sometimes I just don't know what movies to watch
Yeah.
because I didn't like. It's weird now because I don't know where to start because we're so ingrained in like anime culture that I know when there's a hot anime coming out. But in terms of movie recommendations, anything from like the past 5 years, if it's not been a lot talked about a lot, then I just probably haven't seen
true.
it.
I mean, I barely have enough time to watch anime, let alone fucking movies.
Joey, you don't watch anime, period.
No, I don't. I don't watch movies, period. I don't watch anime, period. That's just how it goes.